Restart. Yeah. Hello, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to our first webinar with the Northeast Georgia Mountains Travel Association. We sure hope that you enjoy this. First disclaimer, well, let me tell you who's here. It's Tika Earnhardt. I am the treasurer for the Travel Association, and Vicki Wineland is also on the board for the Travel Association. And our first disclaimer is we are not experts on Google Analytics. What we do, however, is we check our analytics for our business. For me, the Tourism Development Authority. Vicki checks the Northeast Georgia Mountains Travel Association's website, along with Southern High Roads and a couple other that we do check regularly, and we do the basics, which we think that's what today is going to be about. Most people, if you're just getting started in Google Analytics, it can be kind of daunting. So what we're going to do is just show you the basics, what to check for, and then if you decide that you need more information, you need to drill down further, we certainly have contacts for you that can get those experts to you. But Vicki has done the yeoman's share of the work on this presentation today, and I'm very thankful. But we're going to get started, and then we'll open up at the end for any questions. If you have questions during the webinar, can they type in or during?
Yes, and this is being recorded.
Perfect. So you can type in your questions, or you can, if you have not muted yourself, you can ask the questions. But we are going to get started, and then we're going to try to be time sensitive, so we will not take up your whole morning. I guess first we should ask, can everybody see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. Okay, Vicki's going to get started, and we will start back and forth.
We think. All right, so we're going to try to do our best to make this informative and interesting, and you can laugh at us when we make mistakes, because we certainly will. Here we go. This is the entry screen for simple Google Analytics. And let's see. The first thing that we want to talk about is when you go into Google. Can you hear us? When you go into your Google Analytics screen on your dashboard in the upper left-hand corner, one of the first screens you'll see is going to be your real-time screen. At the time when I took this screenshot, there were 3 users on the Northeast Georgia Mountains Travel Association website. So we were going to see how many we could actually climb up to. What I'm going to ask you to do right now is go to georgiamountains.org. And we're going to look at the actual analytics screen in real time, and you can let me know what you see. And let's go to our analytics page. There we go. Ah! There we are. Let's see. I want to see if you can make it climb.
Somebody just joined. That's perfect.
So this is the real-time information. When anybody is looking at the georgiamountains.org website, it's going to show this. This is not cooperating. Okay. So I'm logged on too, but it won't count me because I'm also on the dashboard.
And the dashboard is where you work behind the scenes, which if you work with your website, the dashboard is how you go in and make changes and additions and deletions, that kind of thing. So if you're on the dashboard, it keeps you from being counted. And that's why, so if you don't want to skew your numbers, you want to know not including yourself. But you can see somebody else just joined.
So now we're going to see what locations you all are joining from. It looks like they're all in the United States. So we can usually drill down deeper and discover that you are from various different cities. in Georgia. So this is a good thing. 2 of you are in Gainesville. We got a Blairsville, a Clayton. That would be one of us probably. Cleveland, Jefferson, the Hi Vicki. And then for some reason this one's not set. So that gives you that indication. Next, we're going to go into the audience overview. Now, this segment of this screenshot, I took it back in June, and it is an overview of all the recorded activity on our website from April 1st until June 1st. So that's what that is about. And each one of these things gives you a little bit more information about this actual session. So a single visit to your website consisting of 1 or more page views along with events constitutes a session. If a user is inactive on your page for 30 minutes or longer, they time out. When they come back to the page and perform an action, that's counted as a new session. So performing an action is something as simple as clicking on a link. So the number of users to your site, it looks like during the time period that we checked it, there were over 6,000 unique users in about 2-month period. On page views, this shows how many different pages have been viewed by the users.
And that means how many pages within your website. So if your website has, 300 pages, then those pages are getting 19,000 views. It's not just 19,000 on your main pages. They're using all those different pages.
The next section is how many pages they look at per session. And on the Northeast Georgia Mountains Travel Association website, it looks like they're going through about 4, almost 5 pages every time they log in. So that's pretty good. We want them to stick around and read everything that's on the website and follow our links and keep all of our members very, very engaged and happy.
And what that also means is if you look at that, and the reason this is important for you to look at on your analytics is if they're only going to 1 page or they're 1.2, something like that, it means they're either not finding the information quickly that they need to go to the next page, or if you're a 1-page website, which is very possible, then that would make sense. But if you're a 20, 30, 200 page website or more, that if they're not following through to multiple pages, it means maybe they can't find where they need to go quickly.
So the next thing that we're going to look at is the average session duration. On Wednesday, May 31st, on the Georgia Mountains Travel Association website, the average session lasted a little over 3 minutes, which is pretty good. It gives them time to kind of go through all the different pages. Some were longer, some were shorter. For the whole 2-month period that we did for this webinar, it looks like the average session was about 1.5 minutes. Next, we want to concentrate on the bounce rate, which was a thing that our bounce rate is really, really low, and we're pleased about that because that means that the people who are coming to visit our website, they know what they're looking for, they know what they want to find, and so the majority of the people that go to the georgiamountains.org website are there for a reason. They've been directed there. It's not a mistake that they got there. I'm sorry, I'll go back. So this screen just shows us that 85% of the people that are on the website are coming for a new session. If a user returns around the same time within about a month's period, sometimes it's counted as a new session. This part shows our demographics, and the demographics will kind of give you an overview, and this is just a very minimal overview. It drills down more than just age, and gender. But as you can see, a majority of the people who use our website are ages 35 to 44 or 45 to 54. And a lot of them are female. The vast majority are female, and then the males take up about 35%. So the women do a lot of the planning, but the men are catching up with us because of all the outdoor activities that Georgia has.
And that's important information, which is another reason why you need to check your analytics. If you think that you think you're a fishing destination and the men are the ones checking your website to come and make the reservations or doing the research, then you can look on your website and see that it is actually the women, then you know who you need to target your ads to, or you need to target your website to, or your how you're trying to reach them. So it's very important. I mean, it could be that the men are, and you think the women are the ones, and you're making it a very feminine approach to your advertising, your marketing plan, and then you realize that you need to make it more of a masculine, marketing program or whatever. So that's very important to know who's actually using your website, and that's why your analytics are so important.
So the next thing that we wanted to point out is the majority of people now, regardless, it seems, of gender or age, are using their phones to research everything that they want to research as far as travel anyway. So with all the smartphones out there, and I'm sure this isn't news to you, but the majority of people, as you can see, are using their mobile to search and to reach our website. It's very important that your website is mobile friendly so that people can navigate that site and find what they need using their phone. The desktop, which is the second one, also includes laptop computers. And then, of course, tablets are kind of far behind all the rest of them, but I think they're going to probably catch up as time goes on. I've had a bunch of family members here this past week, and every one of those kids had a tablet. So that is the end of what we have for the actual presentation, but I'm going to go on to the live analytics page, and we're going to open up for questions. So
let's drill down.
Yeah,
where everybody's from.
So we're going to go back to the analytics page, and let's see. I'm going to unmute you guys, and you can talk and ask questions if you would like to. It looks like Blairsville, Gainesville, and Toccoa are still online. Can you hear us?
I can. I just got on, and I'm not really sure where you're at on the computer, so that's one of my questions right now.
Okay.
Because I got in a little late.
All right. So where I am right now is the analytics page for the Georgia Mountains Travel Association website, which
okay, I'm on the website. How do I get to the analytics page?
Well, you don't get to our analytics page. That's something that the webmaster would ordinarily do, or whoever.
Okay.
So if you've got your own website, your designer should show you how to get to your analytics page so you can research all this information. Does that help?
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay.
So what we're showing you is once you do get on your analytics page, these are the things you need to look. You can look for basic reading of analytics.
Right.
Okay.
So what we're going to look at right now is our audience overview. And as you can see, let me see if I can tighten that up a little bit. We've got 822 sessions that have happened just in the past week with 753 users. We've had over 3,000 page views. They've looked at almost 5 pages in each session, and the average session is about 1 minute and 42 seconds. The bounce rate is really low, and we've had most of our sessions have been new. So now if you want to, you can drill down even more and find out what country that they're from. You can go to the United States and determine what states they're from.
And this is very important for your marketing, to know who is searching for your information, what cities or states. So as you can see, you can look at your states, but Vicki will click on any of the states. And this way you know who you should be marketing to. Where, as we all know, Atlanta, of course. But maybe you see that there's some people from another area that you need to focus on a little bit more. For me, and since I'm focusing more on the North Carolina side because I'm so close to North Carolina, so I can look and see who is searching us in the North Carolina area on our tourism development page. So it's really important. This is a great insight, or it can be reassurance. Perfect. We're marketing to the right people. This is who we thought our market was, and it's working.
Any questions about that part? Are you all very shy? All right. So let's go over to our audience interests, and we're going to check out the overview. It shows that a majority of the people are interested in arts and entertainment, so we need to get a few more entertainers up here. With Georgia being so big on the film industry, maybe we could get a lot more going on up here. But you can see travel is only 2% of the people that are looking at the websites are really interested in travel according to the categories. But if they're on our website, they're probably a lot more interested than that. A lot of them have pets. It's great that it's even on here.
Vicki, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I have a question. Can in the search box, when you go to somebody's website, there's a search box. Is there a way to get a list of what people are putting in those search boxes so you can determine what they're interested in?
Yes. Let's see if it's going to be under behavior, users flow.
This just shows you where they enter.
Yeah, this shows you where they enter. I want to find the.
We had it pulled up earlier.
Yeah. Here's what's fun about Google Analytics is that they changed their page. They changed it since I did all this information. Let's see. All traffic. This isn't really taking us where you want, but this is giving me a list of referrals of Explore Georgia is our biggest referral agent, and surprisingly, Pinterest is covered too.
I was going to say everybody needs to put their info on Explore Georgia.
That's right.
Y'all thought I was crazy, didn't you?
We had this pulled up, the question that Cheryl asked about the search. We had that pulled up just a little bit ago, and of course, now that we're trying to find it again, we knew exactly where to go before, and now we're sitting here and can't pull it up.
There we are, keywords or search.
I think it's on a behavior and then site search.
Search queries. Wow, that's not showing us anything. So, like, remember when we said that we're not experts? You're finding that out right now.
But this is how you become an expert of analytics. Basically, when you pull it up, don't be afraid to click the buttons and see what they are. You can always go back. I know Vicki checks her analytics very often. I do as well. And as she said, every time we open the page, much like when you try to use Facebook, and some of the behind the scenes things, it changes rapidly. So even when you think you know what you're looking for, you sometimes can't find it. But don't be afraid to click on it. It's great information. You can drill down further and further into this. And I know people who do that. But for my general purposes, what I need to do, basically just this basic information is what you need. You really need to be checking it at least monthly, if not weekly, to make sure you're on target with all of your marketing and different things. So it's something that you should be doing, and I get it. Time. We're all under a time constraint.
So here's a listing of the various pages that they visit when they do get to our website. This slash by itself just means the home page. The next one is things to do. A big majority of the folks come here and they want to know what is there to do. Waterfalls is, the spas, resorts, and hotels is number 3. Waterfalls is number 4. And then places to go, where to stay, outdoor adventures, museums, and cabins and campgrounds, and family fun. So you can see how they fall into the various categories and how many people are looking for what they're looking for. So, yeah. Do you have any more questions for us? Sounds like somebody's eating potato chips.
Well, that was a quick, brief intro to analytics. And like we said, we're not experts, but we're just people who use the analytics, and we want to encourage you. Hopefully, if you're on this webinar, you either check your analytics already, and you probably know just as much as we do, or you're interested in knowing that you need to, but you haven't done it. We hope we've shown you that it's really not scary as we click through it. And
the more time you spend on it, the smarter you're going to get about it.
And then the next time you open it, it's going to change the look, and you're going to have to go find it again. So
that's the truth.
This is Cheryl. I have a question about what the public sees and what the Travel Association members see. Is that broken differently, or is it all part of the same reporting that you're seeing now? Like if a member wants to go to the member pages, is that a different area?
No, there's really not a login for the members. Everything goes through us to enter information and everything on. So if we had a different type of website where the members could log in, it might be different. But the pages that are open to the members are also pretty much open to the public as well.
Okay.
So we don't have any confidential information on any of our pages.
It just doesn't look like anybody's going to the member pages.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. And it's, we'll have to find out what's going on with that. It might be because of the membership is small compared to the vast number of people that visit the website.
Right, yeah.
So if we go to our landing pages and we try to find members, it's good that the majority of them are going to the pages that, now here's one that's about us. So we've had quite a few there that go to that. There's a contact page which has been hit. So, and there's the membership page. So it is getting some hits.
Okay, I see.
Okay. The exit pages are really a good one. That just kind of shows you, like Waterfalls was one of the tops, and it looks like people would go there and basically that's what they wanted, they're done, and they leave. So it's pretty much they're not browsing around any further sometimes. Are there any other questions? We did want to show you how our social overview is going. Some of the social networks. This is what surprised me. You know, I thought we were so busy on Facebook, and we really are, but we get more hits from Pinterest than we do from Facebook. I thought that was great to know. So make sure you're looking at your Pinterest pages and make sure that your website is linked to our website on Pinterest. And Cheryl, do you have the Pinterest page? What do we call it?
Here, y'all need to see yourself.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, hold on a second. I have it. I can send it to you.
Okay, that'd be great, and I'll share it.
I haven't added anything to it lately, but I will. I promise.
Yeah, I was amazed though that Pinterest was getting that much traffic.
I think it's the waterfall pictures.
Yeah, could be. Could be. Does anyone else have any questions? So yeah, you're right. It is. Pinterest goes to waterfalls. Facebook has quite a few different sessions. It looks like Pinterest does waterfalls almost exclusively, and then Facebook has things to do. Of course, the main page, where to stay, outdoor adventures, and family fun. So, and Twitter, of course, just goes to the home page. So this is just really a very neat way to view your demographics and the traffic on your website. Does anybody have any questions on how to get to their Google Analytics?
I came in late, and like you said, we just have to get in touch with our Visit Toccoa chamber page.
Yeah.
I just have to get a hold of him, and he can let me know how to do that.
Yeah,
Right.
he'll give you your login and your password, and then it'll take you directly to. It should take you to your dashboard.
And you need to make sure that he's actually got Google Analytics connected to your website. They're not on every website. You pretty much have to request it, or a lot of times the web designer will include it, but sometimes it's a separate thing because they've got to put a link out there that kind of hits on every page so that Google knows where to look to see what's going on.
Okay.
Then I'll tell you another thing that sometimes people are confused about. My Google Analytics obviously is linked through our email, but I have a separate email address that I have to be logged into that's not the one that I use daily. It is my email just for my analytics that I have to be logged into. Once I log into that, then I can pull up Google Analytics. So some people think that, oh my gracious, it won't work. It's not pulling up. Be sure that when they give you the information how to log in, ask them if there's a separate email account that's set up just for your analytics. That happens to be how mine is. It may not be that way for yours, but just be aware that that may be something that you need to be aware of when you do go to log in, so that you can get to your analytics.
This is David in Dahlonega. I had that problem too. As a matter of fact, it went so far as I could log in on Chrome, but I couldn't log in on Foxfire. Yeah,
because Chrome is a Google source.
Exactly. So that was frustrating for a while, is trying to figure out how to get back in when I absolutely positively could not get back in no matter what I did.
Yeah, that's the reason it bothered me for a while as well, until I realized my actual email happens to be a Google email, a Gmail account that I actually use on a daily basis. But my analytics email is also a Google, but it is a separate email, and it has to be opened on my page before I can go into my analytics. So again, it may not be that way for everybody. I don't know if that is the way for you, Vicki. It is. So maybe that is. So just be aware of that. When you're getting the information, don't just get the username and login. Make sure you know what that other email account is so that you can get into it as well.
So the page that I'm scrolling through right now is the home page, and you can customize that, but this is what Google offers you to begin with. And it kind of does an overview of just about everything that you could want to know about your website if you just want to take a look at it. So you
And
can
how do you access that, Vicki?
just go up to the upper left-hand corner where it says Home and click
Mhm.
on it.
Okay.
It will give you all your information just like that, all on one screen.
Okay, good.
So it even tells you what time of day most people are getting online. So it looks like we're pretty popular about lunchtime, even 8 in the morning. And so if you're wanting to know when to announce things, 8 o'clock at night, 6 o'clock at night, some of these times are pretty popular. It really helps with marketing to know what your analytics are. Anybody else have any more questions?
Do not.
Okay. Well, this whole session has been recorded, and we'll send out a link to the recording if anybody would like to hear it again, or anybody who didn't get a chance to join us today will have a chance to listen to it and watch the whole thing.
And thank you all for joining us on our first webinar and listening to us tell you our experiences. And hopefully it'll encourage you to now have your own analytic experience.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yay!
Have a great day.
Bye.
You too. Bye.
Great job. You did awesome.